some comedy.
How y'all doing, Zebulon? It's Zebulon, right? Alright, y'all. I am Crystal motherfucking Mo, y'all. I'm a stand-up comedian from Durham, North Carolina, better known as Bull City. And I nicknamed my left fist Whitney and my right fist Bobby because when they get together, they crack heads. I don't like fucking with stupid dudes, y'all. I was fucking with this one dude. He was so stupid. I was like, look, I got ADHD. You know what that means? He was like, what? AIDS? He was real soft-spoken and he didn't know how to talk to me. So I was like, look, when you talk to me, I need you to talk to me like a man. Put some bass in your voice when you talk to me. And he was like, it's over, bitch. I was fucking somebody else when we first met and I didn't want to fuck, so I was like, look, I'm a hermaphrodite. He said, what's that? I said, I mean, I got a dick and a pussy, but my dick ain't that big. And he was like, let me see. I was like, what, you want to suck it? It's hard being a black woman, y'all. Everybody want to fuck. The women, the gay dudes, the weed men. Anybody smoke weed in here? Alright, big smokers. Alright, y'all. I had a daughter, and ever since I had my baby, when I go to the weed man, the nigga be like, you know that baby supposed to be mine. And I'm like, nigga, put the weed in the bag and take the money. When I was in college, this gay nigga was giving me a ride, and he was like, I'll fuck the shit out of you. I'm like, no, you won't. You want ding ding, and I ain't got that. I ain't no fucking hermaphrodite for real. Alright, y'all. How many single people we got in the building?
Perpetually.
Alright, some of y'all in here single and don't even know it. But anyway, Crystal Mo is single, and I spend a lot of time on dating apps. And I got rules. And one of my rules is I gotta see a picture of your dick before I pull up. If I don't see a picture of your dick, I ain't pulling up. So what the dudes do is they take a picture of the dick and they zoom in and try to make the dick look all big and shit. This is what I call dick fishing. He looked down, I think he used to be dick. So this one dude, he called me over to fuck. Can't judge a book by its cover, so I go over and fuck with whatever. When I got there, it was like a landfill, y'all. The nigga had trash and shit everywhere. The nigga had chicken bones on the floor. I'm like, I know this nigga don't think he's gonna fuck me in a chicken bone room. He's like, nah, I got another room that's a lot cleaner, so we'll go to the next room. It is a lot cleaner. Now, white people that don't hang around black people, we don't never have shit to drink, just so y'all know. So the nigga left me in a room by myself, and I noticed it was a crack pipe on the floor. So when he came back, he scooped the crack pipe up and he tried to hide it. So I was like, you got something to drink? He said, yeah. He went out and came back and he ain't had nothing to drink. I said, you know what? I got something to drink in my car. I got in my car and I skirt on that nigga, y'all. I ain't want no crack dick that night. So another night, y'all, I met this dude. He called himself the Meat Monster. He sent a picture of his dick. It was big and girthy. He verified that shit. But when I got there, y'all, I kind of got like catfish because online the nigga was like 30. But when I pulled up, the nigga was like 50. But I was like, fuck it, bitch. You here? You horny? Get out the car. So I got out the car. I was like, are you the Meat Monster? He was like, yeah, I'm the Meat Monster. So we go into the apartment. It's an old ass lady sleeping on the couch or whatever. I'm like, they must do some type of drugs or some shit. So I go into the next room, y'all. He had a dollar on the dresser. I'm like, he been doing cocaine. He about to fuck the hell out of me. So I go in the room, y'all. The Meat Monster is eating the hell out of my pussy. And we start fucking, and the Meat Monster is hurting me, and I don't want him to know. So I was like, look, baby, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and I start talking to my pussy and I was like, look, bitch, you can't let the Meat Monster little girl, you can't let the Meat Monster little girl, you now go in there, knock that dick in the dirt and go home. So I come out, y'all, I fuck the Meat Monster, I knock the dick in the dirt, I go home. So it's like 2 weeks later, I'm talking to my best friend, which is a black gay dude. So I was like, bitch, I met this nigga on tag the other day. He called himself the Meat Monster. He had a real big dick and he was fucking the hell out of me. And I fucked another dude. He probably thought he was tearing that pussy up. But I'm still hurting from the Meat Monster, y'all. Crystal Mo is a freaky motherfucker, if y'all haven't noticed. And I So my homegirl was telling me about how this dude had just rammed the dick up her ass. She just paused in the back like, what? I like that shit too. Anyway, so I was like, bitch, you can't just have a dick rammed up your ass. If you have a dick rammed up your asshole gonna be ringing. So you gotta relax and you gotta treat this shit like a perm. Y'all white, y'all not familiar with the perming process. So I'm gonna bring this shit back to y'all. And the irony of a perm is, y'all, they call this shit a relaxer. I like your Durham Bulls hat. I like that. Anyway, so the first step to getting a perm is you gotta part your scalp. That's spreading your ass cheeks. And the next step is you gotta grease your scalp. That's lubricating your asshole. And the next step is you gotta relax. And that's how you take a dick up your ass. Any questions? All right. How many married people in the building? All right, y'all. I'm sorry to hear that. Best comeback I ever had. All right, y'all. So I had a baby by a married man, y'all. Everything a married man touched turned into shit. I used to work at Holly Hill Hospital in Raleigh, and a lot of y'all went here looking familiar. You remember me? You was on the detox unit. It's like what an adult see. It's like a separate building away from the hospital.
It's crazy.
It's crazy as fuck. Anyway.
I was bullshitting, but damn, you might really
I'm fucking dead. All right, y'all. So let me get back to the psych ward. All right, so when I worked at the psych ward, I had this patient, and his last name was Pusey, P-U-S-E-Y. When he was in the military, I used to call him Pussy. Pusey was like chocolate boy from Pay Honor, except for the shit. Everything he touched had shit on it. The dinner tray, the doorknob, the milk carton. He had a roommate. The roommate came up to me. He said, Chris, I can't take this shit no more. He started sleeping in the county area. Ever since I had my daughter, y'all, I done touched more shit in the middle of my meals than a CNA at Pusey Place. I had 3 rules when I worked at the psych ward, y'all. Don't stand behind me, don't be loud, and don't fucking touch me. I ain't never been a fan of teenagers, so this particular night I had a teenager standing behind me, being loud, and I don't know why that nigga touched me. As soon as the nigga touched me, I left hooked the nigga, he flew into the wall. He said, Miss Krista, you hurt me. I said, baby, I didn't mean to hurt you, but I told you, don't stand behind me, don't be loud, and don't fucking touch me. When I hit the nigga, I hit him under a camera, and I thought I was gonna get fired. So you gotta do 15-minute checks on the patients every 15 minutes. So I'm going to do my rounds. I ran into my homegirl. She said, bitch, I slapped that motherfucker 3 times because he pulled my hair in the consult room. I said, well, shit, I don't feel bad hitting a nigga in the stomach now. I went back to the married man I was fucking, y'all. So when I was in college, it was CIAA weekend. I was fucking with this married man, but I didn't know he was married. He had took me to a hotel room and had done something to me I ain't never had done before. The nigga was fucking me and sucking my toes at the same time, y'all. I looked down at that nigga, I said, will you marry me? I thought I was gonna be in the Guinness World Record for the first woman that I had told y'all, I ain't lying. Married men tend to share stories with me about how they got molested by their babysitters and they liked it. So this one dude, he was telling me that he been fucking his babysitter since he was 8. He was proud of this shit, and I felt bad for him. So when he was fucking me, he was stuck on doing this missionary position. I said, you know what? He said, what? I said, you fuck, just like an 8-year-old. What the fuck you, nigga? This one dude was eating my pussy one night, right? He was married. And I guess I had some tissue down there. He said, baby, you got some tissue down there. I said, you used to fucking with them pissy pussy hoes. Take that tissue off, nigga. You didn't have an hour later before. Then when he finished eating my pussy, he was like, baby, you know I don't eat pork. I said, you just did, nigga, this pork pussy. How many of y'all got kids?
100.
All right, y'all, on the count of 3, fuck them kids. 1, 2, 3, fuck them kids.
Seriously.
Yeah, but not like a pedophile. Yeah, Krista Mo is a mother, y'all, believe it or not. I used to be a thug before I had my daughter, but when you're a decent person, you gotta change or whatever. So when I first had my daughter, what I would do is I would keep stuff that belonged to her in my pocket. So whenever I caught myself about to go upside a motherfucking head, I'll reach in my pocket and be like, all right, bitch, you gotta go home to this kid. I don't regret my daughter and nothing, y'all, but I can't remember the last time I had a dick in my pussy and in my mouth at the same time. Damn, I miss college. My daughter like trains, and I do too. Y'all know the difference. I didn't get your number. Y'all know know the difference between kids. Y'all know the difference between kids and AIDS?
What?
It ain't nothing, just a letter. When a woman takes a pregnancy test, she's like pacing back and forth and shit. When you take an AIDS test, you do the same shit. And another thing is, you're gonna die with both of us. How many of y'all men eat pussy?
I do.
You are a man, ma'am. Alright, y'all. I was fucking with this dude and he had a chipped tooth and he was sucking my pussy so hard I thought that nigga was stabbing me to do it. This pussy nigga, not steak. This one dude was blowing in my pussy like it was a glove. I started to pull out a pin and pop that motherfucker in the head. What the fuck wrong with you? How many of y'all men like getting fellatio?
This one.
Alright, y'all. Y'all gotta do us a favor. Y'all gotta shave down there. Gotcha. We don't want to suck y'all dick and you got a big ass Angela Davis afro down there. Now I'm down there flossing instead of sucking dick. I'm Krista motherfucking Mo. I'm in the mirror making business. That's my time. Thank y'all.